Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk. Yeah, I'm out here in the lab. It ain't 3 hours in the morning. I'm still out here doing what I do. For you, it's all about you. Let's do what we do. Right is in 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. Message in the story. For life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receiving them. Man, we got a good thing going. Let's rock. I got another good one for you today. Right Thinker's mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment, holding yourself accountable to do a little bit better for yourself. Right Thinker's way of life, through mental and spiritual discipline daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of obtaining spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is to get all my right thinkers to do just that. My right thinkers' mission is to learn it, understand it, live it, and do just that. Know thyself. I'm asking a question. Do you know you? Know thyself. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not too good. Foolish, disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. I teach them. I appreciate you. Stay tuned. I got you. That's why I do what I do. All for you. A person who knows not and believes that they know, I got a problem with you. Oh, sorry, no. Dangerous. Avoid them. And when you can't, you blast them. And that's what I'm about to do on a regular basis until they get the message. I'm not going to stop. A person who knows and knows not that they know, it's okay, still asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock. That's what I do for you too. Wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know that self. And to my eye, be true. Yeah, being wise comes from wisdom and experience. Knowledge is learned. You put your time in to study, you can acquire it. Having knowledge and not using it means nothing. Like having the muscles and ain't putting them to use. So why get it? Why have it if you ain't gonna use it? Somebody else can use it. That's why I do what I do for you today. Right thinkers? I see a lot of stuff going on, and I'm a little upset about them, so I'm gonna address them as I go. This is one of them. Let's talk about believers who do the wrong thing. I don't trust people who start the conversation out with, I believe. Can't do it, won't do it. Let me tell you why. Let's go over this belief thing. Religious believers, we have a lot of religious believers that's in leadership positions, but they are egoistic, non spiritual, having people. I have to say that because if you got the power to do and be and help people out and you don't use it the way it's intended, you're not a good person. And a lot of religious people do that. They talk a good game, but they all in it for, the selfish gain. I got a problem with y'all. Why are religious leaders so egotistical? Just my opinion. I'm going to answer that question from my perspective. They just believe in God. They don't know God. Why? Because if they knew better, they would do better. If you're doing wrong, that means something you're missing, something you're lacking. And if you claim to be all self-righteous and God-fearing and all that good stuff, but you're still doing wrong, I rest my case. Religion is so misunderstood, so everything, it has lost its true purpose. I don't go that far. No, I understand the purpose. I gave a lesson this week about the purpose of religion. It's there for a reason, but when, like anything else, mass media, social media, it's there for a purpose, but don't we misuse and abuse it? You got people on there stealing identity, doing other nonsense. So it's always in good intent. Yeah. But you got to remember, there's a dark side to it's good. Oh, it's got some bad. So let's understand that. The religious is starting to catch up. The bad side of religion is starting to be exposed to those who take a good look at it and say, hold on, wait a minute. Wait, what? Yeah. So when there's some falsehoods and some misinterpretation mixed in with corruption, nobody wants that. It's hard. I found people who I trust and respect to fellowship with. Other than that, I wouldn't be doing it. Trust me on that one. If they wasn't showing me what they showing me for the last 8 years, my man, yeah, I would be going buck wild. But respectful understanding, it can be done in a respectful, tasteful manner, and people doing that. I know some people who are, so I can't say everybody ain't doing it, but I see a whole bunch who's not. Let's talk about them. Yeah, I like that. The old time religion, watch this, was more spiritual based. I remember becoming Baptist. What happened to that? Oh, those the holy rollers, those are when they jump up and down and shoot and hop up. No, we call them holy rollers. They ain't Baptists. They call themselves Pentecostal, whatever they. But no, old school Baptists was just God engulfed. They was Father. They would get out. They addressed God as Father. I remember watch this. Now this is what I got a vivid memory. I remember my great grandmother. She was the priest because we had church in our house back them days, and I would watch people come and get the ghost and all that. I saw that. I witnessed that. Too young to understand, but I saw it. It wasn't in church. It's in the house. But I know it was a spiritual thing. So I acquired, I adapted the spiritual concept of a higher calling. Yes, I do. So, but I didn't just go with, well, it was witchcraft, they was voodoo. No. I didn't even study my heritage, which is Cherokee. I told my grandmother, I'm going to Egypt about 30 years ago. I'm going to Egypt and find my ancestors. She said, baby, we ain't come over here on no boat. Didn't ring a bell, didn't even pay attention to that. I said, oh, maybe you ain't know what you're talking about. Nope, I didn't pay attention. Sometimes you swing and miss. I missed. I ain't the first one, but yeah, understand that. When you're getting ancestral knowledge, talk to your elders. They ain't just storytellers. There's some truth in what they try to get across to you. They love you. They ain't trying to flam you, bamboozle you. They trying to enlighten you. I know I am. I wouldn't dare give my grandkids nonsense. Didn't give it to my son. So the grass sure ain't getting it. So understand that we need to start giving our young the truth and bringing them into the fold, letting them know who we are on the good side. We always keep that slave. I'm tired of that slave mentality. I'm really tired of beating up on that slave nonsense. Sorry about that. Get back to the lesson, though. Where you? I don't know. Okay, here you go. Why? Okay. Why is it that most evil doers are believers in the belief system, religion? Every one of them guys have had some stuff on the side. I ain't got time to go through that, but yeah, but we know now who is who. And y'all still choose to follow. Knock yourself out. Every one, excuse me, and how about this? Every one of our wars ever fought was for what? Their belief that they were doing God's word. Me against you. We both have the same God. So how are we gonna go at war for God or over God? Ignorance. We should respect and understand we can worship and praise God any way you see fit. Now we done went to the extreme and we letting them worship the devil. So another lesson, get back. Sorry about that. I'm starting to see some crazy things going on. The believers, watch this, they do evil in God's name. Now that's the biggest, that's at least if the evildoers, satanic guys, you know where they stand. Little Nas, whatever they got, I know what he about. Okay, them people who doing that, at least they let you know. The real bad guys, that snake, that worm who slithers around, making you think one thing and he's doing something else. He's worse than the ones who let you know he's doing wrong. I'm just saying. Excuse me. Why do the believers, watch this, believe they can do wrong and get away with it and fall back on, I'm human, the devil made me, all this nonsense excuses that prove the fact that you ain't who you claim to be. Let's start with that. Believers of religious dogma will do evil, wrong acts, and then pray to God for forgiveness. Boy, I got a lot of problem with that. See, being ignorant of how things is done puts you in a bad predicament from the start. If you think I wear this eye because, as my pastor say, he knows your heart. And if he's all conscious, he knows your mind. He's just waiting for you to figure it out. Another lesson. But yeah, all that doing and thinking nobody, oh, trust me, we got karma for you. I got another lesson. Let me get back to the lesson. I'm getting this big over. Sorry about that. Slow down. If the ignorant believers knew their consequences of their evil actions, you think they would still do it? Okay. They follow the book. The book tell you, you reap what you sow. So if you're doing stuff in the dark, they tell you what's done in the dark will be brought to light. So if you are deceitful, if you have bad intentions, you think he don't know that? Or maybe we don't know. That ain't our job. I'm not here to judge nobody but moi, and I'm good at that. Why? Because that's my job personally. Everybody should have their job for themselves. That's the first job you should have. Check you. What was I at? Because it's starting to get a little uglier here. Where we at? Where we at? Okay. Okay, yeah. Knowers, watch this now. Knowers, spiritual, enlightened people, know the right thing to do. And they do the right thing. I haven't heard none of my teachers that I follow and subscribe to for the last 30 years have no indiscretions, none of that nonsense. I'm trying to walk that same walk after I got all that knowledge out the way. Now I can say, my man, what's behind me? Don't bother me. What's in front of me is what I'm worried about right now. And everybody got the opportunity to do that. But when you think you can still do that and bad balance of that, bad, real bad. I'm just here to tell you. I thought I was one of the best at that nonsense. I know I'm one of the best at what I'm doing now. Big difference, trust me. All right, let me get back to the lesson. If you know God because of what you did, aka live right, be spiritually disciplined, and get your blessings on a regular basis, certain things you're not going to do. Certain things you're just not going to participate in. Well, that's me. I can only speak for myself. I'm speaking for me. Something I just ain't gonna do. Okay. When I was just a believer, here we go. In God, and yeah, I believe. Man, I was wrong as two left shoes. I did a lot of wrong things out of what? My spiritual ignorance. Again, I'll be the first to admit, if you can't point out your own flaws, you can't see your own indiscretions and bad parts, you ain't been on the dark side. The dark side is looking at yourself on the other side. It ain't always good. But if you avoid that, then only one who see that ugly part of you is the people who you show it to. That's your character. That's why you get judged by that. And it's easy to see your character. Why? Because that's your personification, how you conduct yourself and what you do and say. And when what you say ain't matching what you're doing, you have an imbalance and you have a character problem. Got a word for them, hypocrites. Let's go. Okay, here you go. Where you at? Okay, we know. Okay, right here. Knowing God is a spiritual and a mystical experience that if you're a Bible thumper and you reach that level, righteousness for living, doing it, being, you have it. It ain't nobody exempt, but everybody who have to earn it will get it. Not those who just believe it or want it or pray for it. No, it's the work that you put in. And religious people can get it. So understand that. Watch this. But when you're living right, you're earning your blessings as you go, and you know you're serving your higher power, even if you call him Jesus, I have the power with that. But if you live in the code that's set forth, you will be fine. I can tell you that. My personal experience with God is the only reason I don't believe him. I know him. Before I had that, I didn't know God. I believe in God. What I know about God? Didn't have a clue. Didn't give it a second thought until the click. It was on then, okay? We got real familiar. Don't let that be the reason why you find them. Or a lot of us, you got to hit rock bottom. And most people, that's when they find them, when they hit rock bottom. And whatever's there to pick them up, be it Jesus, Buddha, Allah, whoever, that's what they're going to pay homage to, and that's fine. Why? Because if that's what got you there, that's what you should respect and praise. I got a problem with that. Okay, let me move on. Now, believers believe what they do is right for them, not for, that's what I'm saying. That's the ego. When you serving yourself and all you concerned with is how much you can get and how far you can go and how high, all that, you just doing me, that's the ego at its best. And most people who aren't conscious don't even have a clue about that, about themselves. Okay, so that's why the right thinker, first you got to address is your ego. Check them. The believers, watch this, belief is then the benefits that they get from the action that they're doing, having people think they're doing good work. Again, you got bad people doing good things, and those are called believers. Why? They know what they're doing is wrong. They know it, but they believe they can get away. They don't believe in God. They believe they can get away with what they're doing. So those are the believers I'm talking about. Now you believers in God. I'm a believer, but now I'm a knower. Before you know, you have to believe. I got a problem with that. Let's go. Faith, it means you believe. Believers are the biggest, listen, the biggest abusers of other ignorance. You take advantage of people less fortunate than you. You use and abuse people less smarter than you. You're not a good person, but you want them to think you're doing them a favor by, that's why they got karma. Understand that. People, man can't judge or critique man. We got somebody for that. There you go. Now, preachers are believers of the well-dressed lie. Hmm. Hmm. How could you make the truth out of a lie? Just a question. Because that is a lie. And no matter how much you believe in it, it's still a lie. I'm gonna leave that there. I ain't gonna say no more. I'm gonna let that go because I got leave that alone. Watch this. Now, not all believers are evildoers, and I don't close everybody with the same brush everybody with the same brush, whatever stroke, whatever they say. But I don't put everybody in the same boat. No, they're different. I know that. But it's more doing evil things and bad things than doing good things. And when you got that number, that's not good. That's what I'm saying. Let me move on. I respect the true believers. Again, believers in him, not believers in what they can get in his name. If they believe, I don't agree. Listen, I respect true believers, even if what they believe in, I don't subscribe to. I have a problem with what you believe at all. Living is how I judge and critique. So if you're doing the right thing, much respect for you. Now, last one. Knowing God. And understand this. Knowing God makes you a better person. Why? Believing in him does not. Why? Because your belief can be distorted, misguided, misunderstood, and leads you down the path for, I thought when you have knowledge, you're straight firm, you committed, and you stand steadfast on what you know to be, not what you believe. Let me wrap this up. My life was forever changed. When? Only because I found proof of God, not belief. Changed my life. Understand that? And that's what it does. Awakening, spiritual awakening, born again, knee high, become anointed. All those things are just the same, saying you and God became best friends. Made a personal relationship with God. That's what they do when you go to get saved in the church. Put Christ on there. Yeah. Same thing. So, but it ain't what you say. It's in what you do. That's why I don't subscribe to that stuff. So other than that, I teach it. You can learn it and live it. That's where I'm stopping. You can claim, watch this, you can claim belief in God. That makes you a believer. Nothing more. Your actions will dictate what you are. When you know God, from having that spiritual awakening, that reaching that knee highs, having that mystical experience, becoming born again, become anointed, all those things, enlightened, whatever you call it, that's when it counts. Believers will never reach knee highs until what? They become right thinkers. Oh, no, excuse me. Knowers. But right thinkers, that's what we become. Knowers of themselves and God. Knowing God is spiritual. Spirit and consciousness coming together, aka that's knowing thyself. That's what right thinking philosophy teaches you, and that's my goal to have everybody do just that. Know themselves. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Went a little long, but I hope you got the point. I'll be back.